So this video is going to run through how to use the calculator for a small sample using hypotheses testing. So as part of your study on the food consumption habits of teenage males, you randomly select 20 teenage males and ask each how many energy drinks they drink per day. The results are listed below. Alpha equals 0.05. Is there enough evidence to claim that teenage males drink less than 3 energy drinks per day? So clearly this is a small sample size because they're physically giving you all of your data. So that's kind of our dead giveaway here. We set up our Ho and a Haas statement being the most important for the calculator shortcut because that's what we're going to use later on. So in order to find our X bar and our standard deviation, we need to first create a list in our calculator. To create a list, we're going to go to Stat. We're going to click Edit. Now, if you look, I have 2 lists in here just to show you how to clear a list. So let's say we had a list in there. We wanted to change the data. In order to clear out a list, we're going to scroll up until the list is highlighted, press Clear, and then as soon as we scroll back down, all of the data is gone. So I'm going to work in list 1, and as you can see, I have all of the data already in there just to save time. So in order to just put the data in, you're just going to do 3.3, click enter, scroll back down, and then that's how you create the list. Once you have your list in your calculator, again, in order to get X bar and your sample standard deviation, we're going to go back to Stat, over to calculate, and then we're going to click 1var stat. Now, the way it shows up on your calculator screen is a little bit different, but we're going to just tell our calculator whatever list we're working in. So second, whatever number. And then when I click calculate, it's going to give me a bunch of different information. First piece of information we're taking away is X bar. X bar is our sample mean. And then we're also taking away this SX, which is our sample standard deviation, which you can see also is mirrored in the work. Now, when it comes to your p-value and your z-score, we're going to go back to Stat, over to Test, and since it's a small sample means t-test. Now, since we physically have all of the data given to us, we're going to use data. And then as you can see, the list changes. It asks for a lot less information because our calculator has all of the data already in there. The only thing we need to tell it is our mu. Mu in this example is 3. We need to tell it where all of our data is listed. So for me, it's in list 1, Porter. And then that's Porter. And then for mu is your high statement. So mu is less than. From there, we click calculate. We get our t-score to be the negative 1.16, and then most importantly, the p-value, which we then use to make our conclusion.